Hello, my name is Grace, and today we're here for a somatic solar plexus activation practice. This is a seated practice that will incorporate some conscious breathing, some body work, and a little bit of movement. So, to get started, I invite you to place your hands right underneath the rib cage so you can feel the front of the ribs, and then the belly gets soft, and just place the hands gently on this part of the body. If you press slightly, you might be able to feel the sensation of the heart beating down around the diaphragm. Start breathing deeply and just feel the sensations underneath the hands. The solar plexus is our very center. And if you're familiar with the chakras, the solar plexus chakra governs our confidence and our ability to stand up as a presence within ourselves. Physically, the solar plexus area has a very similar role. Oftentimes, when we're feeling scared, insecure, or unsafe, the body will start to coil inwards to create a posture of protection. This inherently restricts flow of energy up and down the body, almost like a hose getting a kink right in the very center. If there's blockages within the solar plexus area, this can affect our digestion. This can affect our ability to receive others because the heart is put into a posture of protection where it no longer faces out to the world, but instead folds in on itself. So the solar plexus area is very important to keep buoyant and open. Continue to breathe deeply and gently start pressing along right underneath the floating ribs. Notice any sensations here, especially areas of tension. When you press, do you feel the muscles clench? Now bring the fingertips back to the very center of the solar plexus. Deep breaths in, and on the exhale, see if you can keep this area of the body as relaxed as possible. Sometimes on the breath out, we'll notice that the core muscles start clenching. See if you can breathe by keeping everything soft. As you breathe, begin to familiarize yourself with the solar plexus. When you tune into this part of the body, what arises for you? Do you connect this part of the body to any thoughts or emotions, memories, experiences? And when you think about those memories or experiences that connect you to the solar plexus, do any other parts of the body get affected by those thoughts? Do you notice openness or tension somewhere else in the body? With each breath out, the belly is soft. The core is soft. So often we get used to engaging the core and tightening the abs. But what if just right now you let it all go? It's okay. Take a breath in and out. From here, notice if the belly area is exposed. We're going to be practicing a little bit of self body work. So we want to be able to slide the hands along the solar plexus and down to the belly freely. And this might mean uncovering the belly a little bit. And just notice, as you uncover the belly, do any thoughts arise? Even for me, there's an element of feeling a little self-conscious with the belly out, but it's okay. It's just us right here. And I'm behind the screen, so it's really just you in this moment. Keeping the thumbs right underneath the floating ribs. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, stroke down the center, all the way to the belly. And just continue that for a few rounds. And just as we were practicing, try to keep those exhales as soft as possible. As you do this practice, see if you can send this part of the body a little bit of love and appreciation. Remind yourself that you're in a safe place. Allow yourself to be exactly as you are. Let's make these strokes a little bit bigger. You can use the palms of the hands or the heel of the hand, and we'll press down on the breath out and out to the side. So breathe in. And out. Maybe shake it away. If you feel called to have an audible exhale here, maybe breathe out with a And as you do this, imagine that you're opening up this center point within you, opening it up so that energy can flow freely up to the heart center. When energy can flow up to the heart, we increase our ability to connect with life itself, to connect with others, and connect with a sense of self-compassion and self-love, which self-love is healing. Sometimes the intercostal muscles, the muscles that surround the rib cage, can become very tight and tense. And this can restrict our ability to breathe deeply. So you might consider taking the hands over to the sides of the body, and on the breath out, slightly pushing in and down. And bringing the hands to the sides of the bodies, and pushing in to center and down. So notice, out of all these variations, what feels the most opening for you? It's okay if judgments arise. It's okay if thoughts arise. Notice if you can stay with the sensation of the hands on the body. And one more time. And then just swipe it away. Take take the fingertips and lightly start tapping right underneath the floating ribs. You can keep them in one spot or just move them down to the sides and back again. Take deep breaths in, and I invite you to make a ah sound on the breath out. Ah. 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 As you continue tapping and breathing, notice if there's any affirmations you'd like to send yourself. Does this position bring forward any sort of wisdom that needs to be communicated? I thank myself for my presence. I hold myself up with strength and with ease. I am supported by myself and by aliveness. I open myself to the aliveness flowing through. One more time. And then bring the hands down. Close down the eyes or just gaze gently at the floor. Become aware of what has risen to the surface. Is there space to hold what has risen to the surface and at the same time send yourself appreciation and gratitude? And even if there's not space for appreciation and gratitude, can you at least send yourself some understanding that you're in this place, in this moment, and that right now you're doing your best. And that's all there is. Let's breathe in and out. We'll take it into one more practice to open up the solar plexus and to open up the diaphragm. So here, take one hand and start hooking the fingers underneath the ribs. And if for any reason this is uncomfortable for you, that's okay. You can just practice pressing gently and trying to relax the muscles of the midsection. You can also shift your position into laying down or take it into a posture where you feel like there's some more space to slip the fingers under the ribs. What I like to do is shift myself forward, and then that allows me a little bit of awareness for the body to press itself into my fingers rather than me pushing the fingers into the body. We're trying to keep the breath light here. That same relaxed quality we practiced in the beginning. Breaths in, and then on the exhale, fingers hook under the ribs, gently press, and try to relax. If you do experience an area of tension on the breath out, you can always shimmy the fingers side to side slightly. And switch sides whenever you're ready. If you find an area of tension, you can hold the fingertips there and rock from side to side and notice if that movement helps to create any openness. Gently release the pressing on the inhale and continue the pressing on the exhale. You can move from side to side as needed. And you can also try both hands at the same time. Just shift yourself forward. We want to make sure that we're not blocking off the energy center, but just a shift forward, a hinge at the waist can help to create that forward pressing that takes a little bit of pressure off the fingers. If at any point you'd like to pause this video and work a little bit more into an area of tension, please feel free. Use this video as a guide so that you can create the openness in the body that's desired for this moment. Remember, every day is going to be different. If you're following along with me, take a few more breaths. And then just swipe it out. Energetically, this is a nice movement to just imagine clearing the self of anything that's no longer needed. Bring your hands together at the heart center. Rub the palms together. Notice how easily heat can be created within the hands. Let this be a reminder of all of the aliveness that's within you already without doing anything at all. Aliveness is right here in this moment. The heat in the hands is just a symbol of all of the power that's already withheld in this moment. Maybe you come back to that affirmation that you may have said. Notice what you need to tell yourself right now. And if you don't know the answer, what do you think you should tell yourself right now? What would be a message full of love and strength and support and confidence? Maybe the hands are getting a little hotter. Take a breath in. And exhale, place one hand over the other on the solar plexus. Send all of that energy back to yourself. Breathe. Feel what moves through. And allow yourself to be exactly as you are. Thank you so much for making space to join me with this practice today. May we move through the rest of our day feeling strong and powerful and embodying the aliveness that we are. Thank you so much. Be well.